We're going to look at the examples for literal equations. For these examples, we're going to be solving given equations or formulas for a specific variable. Example 1, we're going to solve the following equation for h. We have the area formula for a parallelogram here. So to solve for h, I need to get that h value by itself. So to do that, I would divide both sides by b. And that would divide out over there. And so we would be left with a over b equals h. In most cases when we write things, we always put the single variable by itself on the left-hand side. So that would be h equals capital A over b. For example 2, we have our perimeter formula for a rectangle. We will be solving for the w. So to do that first, we need to get rid of the addition. So we'll need to get rid of the 2L that is being added to the 2W. So I'm going to subtract 2L from both sides. So remember, when you do that, we can't subtract these variables because they're not the same. P is not the same as L. So we actually have to write that as two separate terms. So we would have P minus 2L equals 2W. Now the W is still not by itself. We still have a coefficient of 2 with it. So to get rid of that coefficient, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And that would divide out. You don't need to separate this. We can leave it as it is. We would write this as W equals the quantity P minus 2L divided by or over 2. For our last equation, we have the area formula for a circle, for example 3, and we're going to be solving for r. Okay, so first, we have some multiplication we need to get rid of, so we need to get rid of that pi to divide by that. I'm going to divide both sides by pi. That would leave me a over pi equals r squared. Now remember, to get rid of something being squared, what we have to do is take the square root. So I'm going to then have to take the square root of both sides to cancel out or get rid of that being squared. So when I take the square root of something being squared, I am left with just the value, so r, and then equals, and then I would have square root a over pi. So our final formula solved for r would equal the square root of the quantity a divided by or over pi.